This is the B-17 Sentimental Journey, which is a G model. They made about 8,000 G models up until 1945. The most obvious indication of the G model B-17 is the chin turret, twin 50 caliber machine guns. This one only saw action in the Pacific at the end of the war. Anyway, here's a quick external tour. You can see the huge and famous vertical stabilizer of the B-17. Another way to tell this is a G model B-17 is the electric gun sight for the tail gun. Earlier models had a mechanical gun sight, which you can see Harry Connick Jr. using in the movie Memphis Belle. And yes, the flight controls are cloth covered. The horizontal stabilizer is aluminum. Here's your waist gunner window. Now these two windows on the nose, the navigator sits right inside. We're going to see that in a minute. And right here in the nose, we're looking at the Norden bomb site, very top secret during World War II.
Look at him every once in a while, because when he went like this, that meant that you could go to the nose.
Oh, okay. There must have been a few years because that Bombay is made that anything over 100 pounds, the doors have been released because the thought is.
All right, this is the underside. This is the cockpit floor that we're looking at.
Is that right?
So if anyone, never did, if someone were.
This is the compartment below where the top turret is. You got some oxygen tanks.
So that might be another reason why the FAA stepped in and said you can't have people.
That's still designed that way.
Oh yeah, no, we can't change that design.
Yeah, that might be another reason.
So they didn't mention it to you.
No, there's about 50 ways to hit your head in one of these. But it's still worth it. Now we're going to look at the nose section. The front seat is the bombardier's seat. And there's the bomb sight. The upper window right there is for the navigator for celestial navigation. Here is the navigator's table. We got some navigation equipment up here. More equipment right there.
Standing height tubs of gasoline. Wash chicken all hard.
Here's your belt feed for the 50 caliber chin turret. Here's the right side machine gun. Left side machine gun. Here's the ammo cans. Alright, this is the cockpit. Got some modern avionics up here, not part of the original design. This is the cockpit. This item here is a new item, not part of the original design. This instrument here is a modern VOR receiver with glide slope and a modern heading indicator. This is the original artificial horizon which came with the airplane. The blue one here is a modern artificial horizon. The hydraulic pressure gauge next to it is original. Some modern avionics at the top here. Garmin all the way here with the radio, GPS, marker panel. On the right side you got lots of engine gauges. Fuel pressure and quantity, oil pressure, 4 oil pressure gauges, fuel pressure for all 4 engines. Here's a fuel quantity gauge down there. That's for tank number 4, it says. Here's a flap indicator. Lots of controls right here. The red handles will feather the propeller on each engine. Above that to the left is the altimeter, airspeed indicator, turn and slip indicator with the glass tube, vertical speed. Here's engine controls. Now this is the autopilot panel in the B-17. And then, right out front you can see the navigator's roof window for celestial navigation. We've got upper windows. And if you turn around, so close the camera can't even focus, is the top turret. It's got green windows. Here's your ammunition belt feed. Now the top turret is facing backwards at the moment. Now we're going to go through the bomb bay, which is hard when you're not carrying a video camera. The doors are closed. These are fake bombs. You just got to step over this. Now, just so you know, there are the doors. Here's the rail. That's how wide the rail is. There's my shoe. If you fall onto the doors, they open with a force, with a weight of more than 100 pounds. So when you're 20,000 feet over Europe, and you got to come out here and arm your bombs, don't fall. I'm only going slowly, partially for the video. This bomb bay door actuator. There's a crash axe and a light. Alright, this is the radio room. Here's the upper window. The upper window slides out of the way and there's a big machine gun here you can push out. This is the original radio equipment. these two seats were most likely not part of the original gear. Here's more radio gear. A stack of the stuff. More radio gear. And on the right, oxygen bottles. You can see a big electric knife switch with ceramic insulators. And here's a door that you have to close before you fly. It's a little warning label about the upper hatch. Then you can see the very famous vertical stabilizer of the B-17 right through the hatch. This is the ball turret. Here's an ammunition holder for the right-hand waist gunner. This is looking through the radio room to the front. A little bit more, this is a transponder, which is obviously a modern transponder, is much smaller.
Now this is where all the business is.
This is one of the waist guns, a Browning 50 caliber M2.
Yeah.
And there is a window here, plexiglass. Here's the wing.
So just now imagine.
Here's the ball turret. Here's an oxygen bottle.
You're looking straight down.
What?
Trying to jiggly so that.
The yellow bottle here is the oxygen for the ball turret gunner.
This thing.
Yeah.
This is oxygen. This is another ammunition holder for this waist gunner, which is offset from the other one.
Navigation.
When the two people was hanging out here? That popped up?
Here are some seats. We're still in the tail. This is interesting, a bailout bell. If they want you to bail out, they ring the bell. Presumably the pilot has the control. Some warning labels. There's a first aid kit on the right, and we're looking forward. You can see here is the beginning of the empennage, that huge vertical stabilizer this airplane's so famous for. Now this huge hydraulic piston and the plastic curtain is to retract the tail wheel. And you can see into the tail gunner position from here. The good news is there's another door on the outside to get to it. And now we're out. The exit sign is required by the FAA. It's not part of the airplane. Here's the retractable tail wheel. Here's the door for the tail gunner. This is the ball turret. Here's the door on the ground. And here's the turret itself with a piece of plexiglass in it. You can't see much, but there's two 50 caliber machine guns, two pedals that you work with your feet to rotate the ball back and forth. And this green item here is the gun sight that you're looking through. This is the underside.
Before we got into it, yeah, it was actually church
This is the turbocharger. This is the landing gear well behind the number 3 engine, which is the right-hand outboard engine. This big black thing is the oil tank for the engine.
What do you mean just down the just the gear section? Yeah.
And here's the landing gear. The camera's about 5 feet off the ground. And you can see how big that tire is. So it can land on unimproved fields. Gravel, grass, whatever. That's a little tour of the B-17 Sentimental Journey. Based here in Mesa, Arizona. I've been lucky enough to share the airspace with it on a few occasions.